Hi guys. With this post, I first am comparing between Coach Knight and Coach K and what I got from both the scenarios of the recording. With Coach Knight, I see him more as yes, he focuses on like his kids coming back and he expects nothing but the best from his players, and he really focuses on like preparation and having his kids prepared to perform the best in every single game and prepare for them to win. He's very demanding of discipline, and he never played favorites. Not no matter if it was a blue chip kid or a very good kid, he always was hard on everyone equally. And he was not about teaching basketball, but also about life. And then what I got from Coach K's recording, Coach Krzyzewski, would be he's very passionate. He learned passion, preparation, and understanding from Bob Knight. And his one rule, which he didn't have many, but the one, was don't do anything detrimental to yourself, because that not only reflects who you are as a person, but it also reflects the team and it also reflects the university. And he was not big on having rules just because that's what dictators do. And he wanted to be more of a leader, and a leader is about adjusting and being flexible and is ongoing. And to him, discipline is what you're supposed to do. You're not really like teaching discipline. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna hold myself accountable, and that's your discipline. He's also big on getting to know his players, getting inside their head, gaining their trust and looking their eyes. He was big on being able to get to know them just as a person and not just as a basketball player. And he was big on body language, which I think is important as a leader. If you're walking into practice or you're walking to a game and you're gloomy as a leader, and then your players are going to reflect that. And I had many situations happen to me as a player just because the coach, how they looked, and them like being gloomy, like, oh, they're in a like pissed off mood, so like this practice is going to be terrible. But it's just simple of like them saying like, hey, we're going to do great today. It reflects like how he looks as a person. And then freedom of letting his players be himself and letting them show their heart. And he's big on family. He's big on staying in their lives outside of after they graduate. And he invites them over for team dinners. He has them over for big events to his family's house. He also will bring recruits sometimes he'll bring recruits into his home. And everything for him is like out of love. He really leads with his heart and shows his passion in coaching. And I feel like that it shows according to the recording when he didn't take the Lakers job, which he would have been making a lot more money. He decided to stay at Duke because he wants to build a culture, which he has built one, and continue that and have that culture continue on once he does retire. I would say that Coach K is, after reading the reading of Murray, he really shows leadership influence. He's a good representation, and he is teaching them ways of like letting them be themselves and being the best of themselves when it comes like behavior and attitude and belief. Like he's gonna let them spread their wings on their own and let them grow as a human while still like, should you really do this or should you really do that? But it's them making that decision for themselves, and that's what helps people grow. And then I would say that he's more of a democratic leader when it comes to the reading by Bond, the leadership styles. Like he has control of his kids because like he is basically like those are his kids. Like he's basically dad. When it comes to being a coach, like that's basically your family and you're taking care of them, and you're letting parents know that these next 4 years, like I'm going to make sure they do the right and the wrong and help them grow. but as I said earlier, he still lets them spread their wings, and it really goes back to him having only one rule of, will your actions reflect well on not only you, but the team and the university. And me as a player, I would say that I would have thrived more under Coach K, just because Coach Knight, I would say it's hard to kind of compare them just because they coached in two different eras. When Coach Knight coached, you could, which I'm not saying this is okay, but you could be a lot more harder on your players. You could act out more, I would say, like him, like the, not abuse policy, but like, you could be, I guess, more harder on your players back in the day than you can nowadays. And so I would say like his demand and his discipline and him like, this is how it is, this is what it's gonna be, was a lot more harder, and I don't think I would have like developed more in that coaching or leadership style. But with Coach K, he lets you know like, this is what it is. You can go out and make your own decisions, and if it's not a good decision and it reflects bad, then who knows if you'll be on the team anymore. But he lets you grow as a person, and I just feel like I would reflect better in that leadership style because the coaches I had, yes, they had their ups and downs, but I would say they helped me grow as a person, and to that I am very thankful for.